Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts, Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10. So yeah, like I said last time, we are doing the 2 final episodes of the season in one go. Not necessarily to just get it done and over with or anything like that, but I just feel, it just feels right to do these last 2 episodes together. So last time we got sympathy for the mandrill, and we found out everything pretty much about Scarlemagne, aka Hugo. We found out everything about his past. We got to know how he became Scarlemagne, why he became Scarlemagne, and his motivations and everything. We found out that Dr. Amelia is the true bad guy here. So that's fun. It wasn't too hard to tell she was going to be another villain, but to find out she's like the true main villain behind pretty much all of this, I'm just wondering what caused her to be so against mutes in the first place. Maybe that's just how she was raised in that burrow. But I'd like to at least maybe find out more about her too at some point. But we also saw, after learning about his past and everything, we saw Kipo give Scarlemagne a hug, and it seemed to actually move him a little bit, at least. So I wonder if that's going to come into play at all during this finale. Because we know Dr. Amelia and them are planning on attacking Scarlemagne and everything. So that's going to go well. But I'm generally pretty excited to see what's going to happen in this finale. This season kind of went from just good to really great in the blink of an eye. It went from being very just kind of samey as the first season to being something really good and really special by the end. So I'm hoping that it hits the landing here. I'm not one who believes that the ending will make or break a series. I don't believe that at all. But I'm still hoping it sticks the landing nonetheless. So let's just get this going. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this was definitely a very fitting finale. The final showdown with Scarlemagne and Dr. Amelia's plans for the future. So, it's clear Dr. Amelia is going to be the main villain of the 3rd and final season. And it's also very clear that Scarlemagne is on his way to redemption still. It's very clear. It may not have happened by the end of this season, which is a little bit of a surprise. Based on where everything had been going, I thought it was going to happen within the last episode, but no, it didn't happen yet. So I'm definitely shocked by that. But it's very clearly still going to happen, especially with that last line he had there. I also really like the entire anchor situation. How the picture ended up falling into the molten gold. But also how Kipo found a second anchor with her friends, with her loved ones. I think that's a brilliant way to do it, and I think that having it come into play by having Wolf start singing Heroes on Fire is smart. It feels, like I talked about with the redemption, it feels natural. It feels believable. It feels like it's something that would happen based on everything we've seen prior. And I think that it was really handled well. I also like Song's involvement in this, though. When she got her hand covered in the molten gold, I was like, that freaked me the fuck out. Like, I've seen, I've seen a Game of Thrones and other stuff with molten gold and everything. It's like, yeah, obviously that's not like a gold crown, which if you know what that is, it's like, oh, that is one of the most disturbing things I think I've ever seen in anything. Um, but that would still be absolutely horrific. The amount of pain that would cause, the amount of like just horrifying, like that hand is useless now. Like, oh my god. Like, I don't I feel like a lot of people don't understand how actually horrific molten gold is. Like, seeing that Scarlemagne killed the mod frogs like that by dipping them in the molten gold and all, it's like, oh my god. It's not just like discomfort, it's actual horror. And it's like, also just, oh my god, and the fact that this show is willing to just murder characters like that, like that. It legitimately bothers me. And it definitely made it obvious that Scarlemagne, that Hugo, was not going to be redeemed in this finale, but he's still on his way to that. And the thing is, like I said in the reaction as well, he was trying to do good there. He was trying to give her a gift. He was trying to help. He doesn't know how to do it because he's been so corrupted by anger and hate for so long that even when he's trying, like legitimately trying to do something nice, he does it in a very, very bad way. It's like, yeah, the mod frogs were a problem. They continuously came after Kipo. They were continuously an antagonistic force, but they did not. No one deserves that. It's like, oh my god. Oh, I'm really uncomfortable because of that. It's just, it is one of the most horrifying methods of death for me. Like, it legitimately scares the living shit out of me. And so it's like, seeing that utilized in this show, it's like, I did not expect, I would never have expected that with this show. Like, yeah, the show has gone into some mature topics and themes, of course, but that's really heavy. But they managed to free all the humans from Scarlemagne's grasp. Unfortunately, they went right into Amelia's, which is not altogether great. There was also this girl that was with the mayor that seemed very focused on, like, the way that was shot, like the way the scenes were put together, it very much focused on her. It's like, I don't think we know her. So is this one of those cases where she's going to be important next season? Because that girl, whoever it was, it's like, it focused on her. It made her very much notable within those scenes. When she was with the mayor, of the borough mayor. So I'm wondering how important she's going to be in the next season. If at all. Maybe it's just a misdirect. But yeah, all of them went over to Amelia's side except for like Troy's father and all, but not good. Not a good situation at all. Because now we have someone who's just as dangerous as Scarlemagne and probably not as redeemable, unfortunately. So that's fun. That's gonna be fun. And it's just, it's a lot to take in. There's a lot that came from these final 2 episodes, and it was definitely a good thing that I watched them together. Like, they very much should have been watched together, so I'm glad I did that. But either way, so let's talk about what is going to replace Kipo in this slot on our reactions. So Kipo, as a reminder, is a donation reward series. It is a donation reward for Lindsay Moore. So thank you again, Lindsay. We will get to season 3. We're just going to take a break before we get to it and get to some other stuff first. So, that being said, what is going to be replacing Kipo in the Saturday slot for the time being? Well, we're getting to another donation reward, this one from Venom0027, who has decided to pull a Smurf. And what I mean by that is, you may all remember how Smurf chose to have me return to a previous series that I had dropped and give it another shot. And that was with Owl House. Venom has decided to do the same thing. He has decided that I should give another chance to Amphibia. So, we will be continuing with Amphibia from where we left off, because I never watched anything past where we left off in the reactions. Outside of a couple clips here and there, and just hearing about certain things, but I can get to that when we talk about it, when we get to the next episode next week. But, yeah, we'll continue right from where we left off with the reactions. So, I will be giving another chance to Amphibia. I've heard it does get really good. But I'm going to judge that for myself. I'm not going to just take other people's words for it. We're going to see. I'm obviously going to give it another chance. It is a donation reward, so that is the deal. And I think I'm going to try to give it a fair chance, because we only saw, like, what, 2 episodes last time? I think we only got to 2 episodes before. And I just wasn't into it. But this time, especially since it's a donation award, I'm going to give it a fair chance. Give it at least a few episodes. And hopefully it does start to impress me. Because there were issues I had with it for sure. But again, I'll talk more about that in the actual next reaction to that next week. So yeah. I'm definitely hoping that it proves me wrong, just like Owl House did. And I'm hoping that it gets much better. But we'll see. We will definitely have to see. Do not spoil anything for me. I do know a couple of things, but just to be safe, don't spoil anything for me. I don't want to know anything like past what I know, but besides of what I know already. I don't want any more spoilers, let's put it that way. So we'll be getting into that just starting right away next week, and so hoping for the best. And still waiting on that announcement, speaking of Owl House, still waiting on the announcement for when the second half of Season 2 is going to continue. Hopefully that comes soon. But in the meantime, tell me what you thought of this finale, these last 2 episodes of Season 2 of Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. And once again, we will be back with Season 3. We're just taking a break from Kipo for the time being, so we don't get burnt out on it. But we will definitely be back. I am loving this show. And I need to see what happens with Scarlemagne. Like, specifically with Scarlemagne. I want to see him redeemed at this point. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.